No, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Greens Furnace and Plumbing. Here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
And welcome into your Saturday night Sports Zone. Let's start some things off with some state wrestling. All the action going down at the CHI Health Center in Omaha. Let's go ahead and take you there. The Parade of Champions walk. This is a night where moments are made for a lifetime for these high school students. And one of them in Class D, 165-pound weight, Rowan Jurassic of Sandy Creek takes down Graydon Rittner of Wilcox Hildreth. You can see him there taking in this moment. And let's move over to Class D, 190. Grady Kelly of Central Valley beats defending state champion Coy Verbka of Shelby Rising City. What a night for so many high school students, including a name you should know pretty soon, Tyson Terry from Omaha North. Today he became the 30th Nebraskan to go undefeated in his high school career, capping off a 169-0 season. He's the first to ever do it as a heavyweight. It was later revealed, though, Terry has been wrestling on a torn ACL since December, but he didn't want to miss out on the chance of going perfect, and well, he did it because he won his 4th state title today. Nebraska football, they'll be welcoming Terry on the defensive line this upcoming season. What an incredible story. And switching gears over to the ice, there's 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and Lincoln Stars taking down the Omaha Lancers. That was the story again tonight. It was a sold-out crowd at the Icebox Arena. The second time this season, Lincoln versus Omaha, their 7th matchup this year. And to get this rivalry night going, Jack Picard putting the Stars on the board in the first period here. And get this, he would go on to score in the second period to put the Stars up 2-0, which means he was one away from a you-know-what. In the third period, he would get it done. Picard sneaking this one into the back of the net for the hat trick. The crowd loving it. Go ahead and throw those caps on the rink. We've got a hat trick in Lincoln tonight as the Stars roll over Omaha to stay 7-0 against the Lancers this season. And get this, tonight's win clinches them a spot in the playoffs, the first team in the USHL to do so this season. And happening today as well here in Lincoln, the Big Red Invitational. Your Nebraska Cornhuskers, the #1 ranked bowling team in the country, in action. Some of the best teams all squaring off in the Invitational at the Hollywood Bowl. 8 teams in total, of course, including your very own #1 ranked Cornhuskers. The first time in Lincoln, though, it's been hosted in a couple of years, and it was senior day for Husker star Kayla Verstraete. And Nebraska, they went perfect. 4-0 today, winning in all 4 matches. They had 4 players in the top 15 with almost 10,000 pinfalls and scoring an average of 216 per game. Hear from a couple of the players after the perfect day.
Obviously, we only have one home event a year, and just to even have the crowd and all the support of all the Husker fans behind us, it's just been awesome. So just kind of using that energy.
Don't get this to end their careers at home and have all the fans behind them. I think it's just a bittersweet moment, but we're not done yet.
And that championship round will be tomorrow morning versus McKendree. That'll all begin just before 9 a.m. at the Hollywood Bowl right here in Lincoln. And some big Husker basketball games in the coming days. The men's team looking to bounce back after a tough loss on the road at Penn State. Nebraska right now sits at 17-10 overall, 9th in the Big Ten standings, and they are projected to make the NCAA tournament, as several analysts have them somewhere around as a 9 seed, but they still got some work to do on their schedule, including a Monday night game versus number 12 Michigan, which will be the highest ranked team the Huskers have faced all season long if that ranking upholds. But Coach Fred Hoiberg says today the message is clear for this team, embracing the position that they're in, as they still have a lot to play for.
Where we are right now, the reality of our situation is we are in a good position, and 3 of our last 4 are at home. What more could you ask for at this time of year? And you just got to go out there, bust your butt and do everything you can to put yourself in a position to have a chance to win. Now, that being said, we're playing, one of the best teams in the league, one of the best teams in the country that has found a way to win. They've won 9 games by 4 points or less. That's incredible.
And we've seen it before. I've been on this stage every single time after a bad loss, and I've had to talk about this every time. The sky is not falling when you're losing 1 game. We're going to be fine. We got 4 opportunities left, and we're just trying. They're trying to keep our spirits up. I think we're doing just fine with that. We just got to battle for these last few games and finish off the season right.
And that game tipping off 7 o'clock Monday night at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The Huskers will look to protect home court and also grab their 5th ranked win of the season. But before we can get to that game, we have to first talk about tomorrow's game, a battle of the Huskers versus the Huskies. Nebraska's final home game of the season. That game tipping off at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Of course, we'll have all the coverage of that game in tomorrow's newscast. And just before we go, a couple of doubleheaders on the road tonight for both Husker baseball and softball. The Huskers playing the Louisiana Raging Cajuns today and getting swept in a doubleheader. They only got 4 hits in that first game, losing 4-1 to Louisiana. And game 2 was a little bit worse. Louisiana tallying 10 runs across the plate, taking down the Huskers with a final score of 10-2. And they will now have the week off and head to Frisco, Texas next weekend. But Huskers softball, well, they are also in a doubleheader today out in Cathedral City in California, where the Bats were on fire earlier tonight versus San Jose State, totaling 14 hits, 12 runs across the plate in a dominating win. And then versus Howard, well, that game still in progress at the moment. The first pitch was a 10 o'clock pitch tonight, so a late night for the softball team. Of course, we'll keep an eye on that and update you as soon as we can. I think that's going to do it for sports, Mackenzie. I know it was a lot, but I think that's all I got left of me. So.
All right, a lot of stuff to cover tonight. Great stuff. Thank you so much, Jake. Stick with us. We'll be right back.